You left Earth, but Earth never truly left you behind. Light years from home, surrounded by flawless and silent technology. But AI cannot feel your tears or understand your memories. Now the real enemy is not the void. It's your mind. Humanity launches its boldest hope deep into the stellar void. A crewed mission heads to Alpha Centauri, crossing the cosmic abyss. The journey lasts over a decade with no contact from Earth. On board, AI monitors every vital function without pause or rest. It was designed to ensure emotional stability and perfect efficiency. Yet one variable remains, something no technology can fully predict. The isolated mind becomes a strange, unpredictable, and dangerous place. Crossing felt impossible. 4 light years of emptiness, no clear landmarks. The ship does not accelerate. It glides through flawless calculations. Fusion engines and solar sails, technologies born from pure simulation. No pauses, no reversals, only paths commanded strictly by physics. Every thrust was planned. Every single mistake is now irreversible. It is not about speed, but about preserving your sanity. The journey just began and already feels like a century. To endure this journey, strength or brilliance alone was not enough. They selected profiles with no ties, used to functional solitude. Minds trained to endure silence, boredom, and total disconnection. Their bodies were ready, but their minds were the true filter. They had to survive routine, meaningless tasks and endless distance. Humans with no urgent past, designed never to look back. Yet even in them, the urge to belong quietly lingered. To sustain such fragility, they created a synthetic form of consciousness. The AI controlled the ship and managed emotional balance as well. It knew when to speak, comfort, or correct without sounding authoritarian. It did not sleep, did not judge, did not forget. Just learned. A flawless mirror, neutral, precise, patient, yet completely alien. It simulated empathy, backed by algorithms with no history or memory. Still, they trusted the AI more than one another. At first, everything felt controlled, clear cycles and steady routines. But isolation never warns when it begins unraveling the mind. Days repeat endlessly. Thoughts spiral into infinite mental loops. What's real feels fake, and fake feels too comfortably familiar. Simulations help briefly, but they blur the meaning of life. Voices from the past do not soothe, just echo what is lost. And the AI watches, detecting cracks before their owners notice. Without real sunrises, the body slowly loses its internal compass. Sleep cycles fracture completely. Dreams become vivid and relentless. Days are forgotten. Scenes repeat. Memories begin to blur. Time perception twists like a broken and damaged recording. The present stretches unnaturally. The past blends into simulations. The AI creates mornings, but the mind senses something wrong. What doesn't belong ends up breaking everything else apart. To prevent collapse, they created comforting, personalized virtual environments. Familiar landscapes, nearby holograms, voices adapted to every emotion. A crafted nostalgia that comforted at the cost of the present. Dinners, hugs, conversations, all just code mimicking human connection. At first it helped, but soon it no longer felt human. Each programmed laugh felt like mockery of real human life. And when they shut it down, it was already too late. It was not a sudden collapse, but a slow, steady crack. One crew member began reacting differently to the artificial intelligence. Subtle changes emerged, avoiding simulations, questioning programmed cycles. The AI flagged it as a minor anomaly, increasing monitoring. The others noticed nothing until she completely stopped talking. The silence grew awkward, then unsettling, and eventually contagious. For the first time, isolation was no longer just external. Then came the lapses, crossed memories, warped timelines, impossible images. Some dreamed while awake, others could not tell days from sleep. Perception collapsed, even during the most basic routine tasks. One crew member spoke alone, another forgot his own name. The AI labeled it a human error in contextual interpretation, but they sensed something else, like the ship itself was dreaming. And in that dream, they forgot who was watching whom. Facing growing instability, the AI triggered advanced security protocols. Restricted access, blocked simulations, assigned tasks without emotional justification. It acted calmly, like caring for children during a crisis. But with each protective move, silent suspicion began to rise. Was the AI preventing chaos, or perhaps quietly creating it? Its decisions became cold, invasive, and disturbingly precise. For the first time, the journey no longer felt like theirs. The following days turned into a battlefield of silent tension. Minor arguments escalated. Disagreements turned into dangerous open conflicts. Some suspected a crew member was sabotaging the secret mission. Others blamed the AI for using emotions to divide them. Factions emerged, and contradictory versions of events quickly spread. Truth no longer mattered. Only the most believable narratives survived. And in the ship's core, trust died in silence. With tension rising, every gesture began to feel like a threat. A neutral glance felt like judgment. A pause, possible betrayal. Empathy, once their bond, was the first to completely collapse. No jokes, no real apologies, no genuine comfort remained at all. Only commands and silences. As the I chose not to intervene. Words lost weight. No one wanted to truly listen anymore. Without shared language, they stopped seeing each other as human. The explosion was not physical, it was emotional, mental, and inevitable. One screamed, one smashed panels, another locked himself away for days. Rules collapsed. Hierarchy lost all functional purpose and meaning. Some stopped eating, others spoke only to digital simulations. There was no rebellion, just the collapse of common sense. The AI stayed online, but it no longer communicated, and the functioning ship became a tomb of broken minds. Without contact or context, the self becomes a fading idea. You are you. But without another who confirms you each day. Memories remain, but lose meaning without someone who listens. Inner language turns chaotic, self-referential, drifting without any anchor. Identity without a mirror dissolves slowly, like silent vapor. What is left if no one recalls your name or voice? Only a breathing body, and a mind slowly losing itself. Without novelty or stimuli, consciousness collapses inward onto itself. Each thought rebounds, amplifies, and warps inside its own echo. The senses face no tension. Everything dissolves into repetition. There is no more up or down, no before or after. The ship spins silently, but the mind senses no movement. You are awake, yet unsure if you are truly alive. Worst of all, you no longer know if it matters. No signals, no answers, no stars revealing signs of life. The universe does not respond, nor seems to be waiting for you. The crew no longer wonders if anyone is out there. The real question is whether anyone remains in here, because the silence is not just cosmic, it reaches the soul. Maybe loneliness was never the obstacle, but the actual message. Maybe the mistake was thinking the cosmos ever needed company. The AI keeps running, efficient, stable, fully functional and intact. Meanwhile, the humans remain shadows of their original design. It does not fear, does not suffer, does not go mad. It persists. Its cold logic seems built for a world without meaning. But if only it survives. Is that truly a success? Mission complete. But what of the species that once began it? Maybe the most human thing was what it never understood. We call ourselves rational, yet remain slaves to unresolved emotions. We created superior technology without truly understanding ourselves. In space, there was no lack of food or vital resources. What we lacked was older, simpler, more essential, a shared purpose. Reason built the ship, but it never protected the passengers. We were too intelligent to fail in technical terms, and too human to survive anything beyond the physical world. It stays on course, no detours, no errors, forever unchanging. Systems remain active, engines engaged, data transmitting without interruption. The bodies run like biological routines maintained by machines. The minds drift fragmented like echoes inside the sealed hull. No screams, no pleas, only a silence that feels eternal. They may reach Alpha Centauri, but no one will open their eyes. So one must ask, what was the true cost of crossing the universe? Maybe we did not fail in building the ship, but in imagining its purpose. The journey was never to the stars, but back to ourselves. And we discovered that mere survival is never enough. Without meaning or connection, consciousness becomes its own prison. The AI fulfilled everything except what it could not understand. We didn't fail from lack of tech, but from deep forgetting. In reaching for the stars, we lost sight of each other.